49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now Wilson on first down. And it's a quick slant to Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Here's a give to Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 15.
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Freddie Swain was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. Throw, and remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
14, got it.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead, he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And that's good.
First connection there of the afternoon for those 2, and it's good for a 1st down. 1st and goal from just inside the 5. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
3-yard line.
This Fournette territory here, and he's alone in the backfield on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first quarter lead.
It is good.
And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
49ers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Benson Mayowa. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, 77 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, for last week's of the week, he got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
14, got it. Watch the safety creep. 12.
On second down, here's Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Complete to DK Metcalf.
These two teams all tied after one.
The first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
At the 3-yard line.
Give him 32 on the play. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Watch the twist. Mike spot 4, Mike.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Seahawks 14. 49ers.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for you can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
At the 35-yard line.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
A gain of 22.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And very little there. He might have have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Trey Flowers on the stop.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. The last catch took them 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. Garoppolo now, first down throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they'll 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of your playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
25-yard line.
On 1st down, Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Freddie Swain was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. To throw again, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
56, check 56. Let's go.
A shotgun given to Fournette. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brought him down. A 6-yard pickup. Brings
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike, 56.
Throwing again. Wilson. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson. As time expires in the first half, and the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point up and through by Myers. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that going to hit in the end zone as we restart things here in the second half with a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Garoppolo now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches. At the 30.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Check 15, check 15. Alert, flat. 12, fellas, here we go. Hey, alert, alert, alert.
To throw is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
49ers.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They hand it off to Mostert. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
31,
making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. from the gun, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
On down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Watch this. Hey, 0-0-0. Mike 56.
Now Wilson from the gun on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
2 yards on the pick.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 14-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards on the ground. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
1st down.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down, Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Jordan Reed, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Gold to add the extra point. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game.
The score, Seahawks 21, 49ers 17.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Kenny on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Boy, the run on 1st down, a disaster as he's tackled well behind the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
You're not ready. You're not ready. 56. Mike, 56 right there. Right there.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
5-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
A handoff to Fournette. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 36, 36. 36 power. Got it, got it.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a pickup of 6. First down, Seattle.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
56 to Mike. 4 down.
This is Carson. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 15-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Right there. 54 Mike.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now 1st and goal. They run again with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his first touchdown on the year, and the Seahawks add on to their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty's not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. On the screen, this is Coleman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
The 43-yard line.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown.
And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Eluding the pressure right. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And they're going to get this all the way out past the the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
First down, San Francisco.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Watch the glass, watch the glass.
Garoppolo to throw for it on fourth. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Let's go, D. Mike, 54.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's a loss of 2.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
12 yards there and a first down. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Seahawks, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the 49ers, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
She-Bag got me. Hit boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check, not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. You change name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting nothing back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant, he said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay, look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to know your worth, sometimes you need to wait. Shoot like the golden boy, but in front of bait. You can't negotiate with Drake, you gon' have to pay. But wait, jugging on the main stage with the mainframe, loosen up your face, baby. Sometimes I need a vacate, meditate, hydrate, protect my energy before engagement.
Grew up having nothing, you're labeled impatient. But once the